Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you happen to be watching this Frisco in Tokyo, coming at you with some more little bite-sized, Little Big Planet. They ain't been Little Bite-Sized Planet in a long time now. I gotta fix my tags, because of course I do, because it is Twitch, and Twitch sucks. And that's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but it's, you know, we're used to it by now. Twitch being Twitch, it's just how it is. Nothing to get horked up about. Do want to be careful that tonight is a family-friendly, well, an Addams family-friendly stream. Because we haven't done one of those in a while. Oh, Kronos, lovely to see you. How you doing? My earphones are crummy, so you know there's that. And you didn't ask me if my earphones are crummy or not, but I felt like I needed to explain. How you doing tonight? Is life being roughly not rough on you, I hope? Good evening, Hive. Pleasure to see you as well. I did read that article, by the way, Hive, and I understand why it was called Tickle versus Giggle. I do kinda hate that was what it was called, but I do understand it, and like it makes sense because it's the people's names, but I feel like that the courts decided to take that case strictly because of the name of the folks involved in it. No food at 3 a.m., so I made a bunch of egg fried rice. You know, I've made worse decisions in my life. I hope that the egg fried rice treated you well. That was delicious. Alice, lovely to see you. Also, I gotta DM you tomorrow. I was gonna do it today, and then today was just a mess. But I did not forget. And that's my goal for tomorrow, is to make sure that I'm getting an email shot off to you. I don't know what I'm making here tonight. I'm just gonna kinda screw around a little bit, I think, and we'll see how things go, I guess. What about an ugly question mark? I did promise that I would make one of those. I did make that promise, so I will endeavor to make you an ugly question mark. I don't know if I can do it justice, but I'll try. Oh boy, will I ever try. Would you like an authentic step-by-step process on how it came to be? I mean, for history's sake, I kind of would love that. I think that would be plenty funny. That's a fine shape. I'm okay with that shape. Where am I going with this? Okay, here goes. Use medium grid to make a question mark. Corner edit the heck out of it. That's it. Okay. I'll keep that in mind, I guess. What am I doing? Like, this is just the silliest way of doing anything. Like, it's not even a complex shape that I need to preserve. No, this is foolish. I'm doing a foolish thing. That's fine. That's like my life in a nutshell, so how could I complain now? That's was not what I expected, but fair enough. There we go. Yeah, that works. What am I doing here? I want. Why did the music turn off? I do not accept this as a result. I bet the music's not going to turn back on either, because I've got it on a long randomizer. Gosh darn it. Of course it didn't. I need to make this work properly. This is going to be like far more effort than is entirely necessary, and that's fine. It's going to be genius. Just you wait. Alright, so we got that. And then... What am I doing? Why am I making this so dang difficult? It's like I've got an idea and I feel like it's supposed to work, so I'm just gonna go with it, I guess. Hi. Okay. No, I see where this is gonna go. I understand this. It's completely unnecessary and foolish, but I understand it. This will keep the this will keep the music from turning off when we're on one of the other modes. This is so... What am I even thinking? What am I even doing here? There's a poll for the LDP leaders race that just came out? Oh god. Well, how's it looking? Is it an utter mess? Because I feel like it must be. Number 1 is Koizumi's son. That's kind of surprising. Number 2 is a former Abe guy who's been promising to bring the so-called Abe spirit. All right. That's the one that we're going to get stuck with. Just you wait. Things never change. And I hate it so much. Alright, I gotta check that this actually is functional, because then I don't want to have to think about it for the rest of the night. Alright, so let's say we got... Oh, these are all set to... I'm not gonna swear, because it is a Addams Family friendly stream tonight, but I was real close to swearing. Alright, so now if we got it like that, and then let's bump this up all the way to 360. and see what happens. Sweet? I am a super genius? I am supremely genius-like? I'm so glad that worked. And then I could just set that up with more music, honestly. Except I'd have to make a whole lot more OR gates, and I don't really feel like doing that. But I could do that, is the important thing. Cool beans. I should save that as an object. But moving back to life. Life? What do you mean life? I ain't got a life. If it has backstory, then it becomes a lore gate. Chronos never change. I mean, change to the degree that you feel would be good for your personal growth, but it's fantastic. A lore gate. Oh my god. It's so good though. Alright, so we got a little bit of ground here. We've covered a little bit of ground. Like unto a sushi. Did we do this in the most unnecessarily complex way possible? I think in fact we did, but that's okay. And then we can have a like something like that. I feel like there should be more like that. This is maybe too narrow, but that's okay. We'll live. Is there any sound that's more iconic than the ka-chunk sound of things getting deleted or eaten into in LBP? Because if there is, I'm not sure. I don't know if I've ever heard it. No, you goober, because you want the ground to look a little bit darker. The ear error noise. The ear error noise. Now I'm trying to think of what noise that is. Because it would have to be something I've heard about a billion times. Like when you try to wire something that doesn't wire? Those are famous last words, I think. Give it a try. See how it works out for you. Oh, Chili Beans, how you doing? Wow, that's a really weird bot. Poor War. Poor War, why you got like random words, like letters underlined? That's uncalled for, honestly. Thank you, Cronus. I appreciate that. Things are going well. I'd love to hear it. No particular stress in life at the moment. I'm filled with anxiety, if we're gonna be 100% honest, but doing okay. A little scared, but you know, just doing the thing. Today was payday, but unfortunately payday also means bills day, and that's never really it's never really a great scene for anxiety. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, I mean, I'm all right. It's like it's still kind of sinking in that like I'm gonna be in the U.S. on Wednesday. Pill day if you get medication. I mean, I'm on the ooze, so I don't do pills. I don't know if there's a particular reason why Doc didn't why Doc does ooze and not pills. My parents are in Maine visiting where we used to live. Hold on a second. Did I know that you were a Mainer? Because I feel like that's like new lore for me. I think this whole time I just thought that you were from Minnesota. I was only there from 0 to 9 months. Okay, so you're like a Mainer in the same way that I'm a Virginian. Not that there would have been any judgment either way, but... Air Force Dad. Gotcha. I feel like these are too big. I mean, we could always make the sack thing characters larger, but... I could pull up the crossbars too. Excited to say I am as well. If you're a carpenter, then you're in the chair force. Kronos, are you gonna pull out like all the stops on the puns tonight? 'Cause you certainly can. That would certainly make me happy, but like I won't forget you. In the next, like, in the time off, you don't have to, like, stockpile. Just on the safe side. What about a barber? Would, also a chair force, I guess? Maybe a nair force, but I don't think barbers deal with leg hair. I don't even know if nair is a thing that happens anymore. It's a thing that happens anymore. Like, it got cancelled. I appreciate y'all going out to cheer me up. Like, that... I do like that. I appreciate it. What are we doing here? I think we want... Like, we want to darken the gates a little bit, but I want that actually... Hold on. Hold on a second. I got a different idea. Do we have a red gradient? And we do. It's a radial though. It's not really like a rust. Maybe it's okay though. Does airplane mode let you check your Discord on the plane? I can send music for the trip. I don't know. I need to be careful using my phone actually, because it's old and it runs out of battery relatively quickly. Although that might just be Tumblr. Being Tumblr and crummy. I don't know. That's not... I don't feel like that's quite what I'm going for. Finally, I will know what's the deal with airplane food. I I've never had a particular problem with airplane food, and I don't know, like, if that was just Seinfeld being Seinfeld, or if at the time airplane food was particularly bad, but, like, I don't know, it's fine. Maybe if you're used to, like, good food. Because I'm not Jerry Seinfeld, thank God. Like, there are a few things that no, that's not true. I was gonna say there's a few things I'm appreciative of, but, like, honestly, there's a ton of things I'm appreciative of. But I'm definitely appreciative of the fact that I'm not Jerry Seinfeld. Actually, I had tofu for the first time on a plane to Tokyo, and apparently I didn't stop asking for it. I mean, it is really good, though. Like, the tofu's yummy. Now, did you have, like, do you remember what kind of tofu it was? Was it, like, the fried tofu, or was it the, was it, like, the wobbly block of white tofu? Like, if you cut open a Jigglypuff, what it would look like on the inside? That's probably not a great mental image. I'm sorry if I cursed anybody with that, but... I don't know. Like, why am I making these out of cardboard, though? Like, that might be part of it. Probably fried. I doubt they had the tools to do proper steamed tofu in the air. I mean, they could just, like, just give you straight up a block of cold tofu. Because that's, like, straight up yummy. And get some ginger on top of it, and some, a little bit of soy sauce, and, like, you're good to go. Jigglypuff knows what they did. I mean, Jigglypuff is a little bit of a little shit, so... That's not unfair. Fair, I like all of them. I like Momentov, and it's that's the one that's like a little bit firmer, and then you've got like Kinu, and Kinu is like, it just like deliquesces, like it just liquefies, and it's really kind of hard to eat. So I don't, the few times that I do like just a straight up plate of tofu, like as a side, I usually use Moment and not Kino. Oh, I mean, not that it's a really big problem, but like I did just realize that we've got, because we're on pause, so the timer's not actually counting. Go me! That was genius on my part. I don't really like this. Yeah, I don't really like this though. I'm gonna have to use a darker stone. Try placing a piece of logic in thin air. Oh, for the, it's a little better. For the sound effect? Yeah, give me a sec, I'll do that. I just wanna get a better stone here. I'm gonna have to change the stickers. I don't think the stickers look particularly good. Wait, why am I using... I mean, there's stone fences, though. But it would be like wrought iron, wouldn't it? Ah! That sound! You know what? Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty iconic sound. I should make like an MP3 of that. Or even better, like a WAV file. You know, the WAV files. actually kind of cool. Okay, barbed wire with the bevel removed. That's kind of an interesting look. I can go with that. I can fuck with that. Oh, crumbs. Oh, oh, oh. I actually asked what the heck that sound was on Twitter. Steven got wind of the tweet and messaged and Addam actually responded and said the original sound was a dog whine. I feel like you've told us that before, and that's actually really cool. Some pupper has been immortalized in LBP. Okay. Okay, I mean that doesn't look too bad. That barbed wire material is really interesting though. I would not have expected that. I wonder what the thought process was to settle on the final sound. What sounds super weird? It's perfect. Oh wow, that sounds super weird. It's perfect. Like it's a good sound though because like it doesn't. I feel like it doesn't correspond to anything else. Like it's something that the brain could lock onto and like recognize. Okay, that's the error sound. That's the sound that's telling me I'm messing something up. All right, it needs to be. Because if this was an LBP1, then it can't be more than 3 layers deep. So let's get our 3rd layer there. And like I wanted to go with the materials from like the themes, but I already broke that with the brown Hessian. Honestly, that's a really good point, Kronos. It has a much nicer vibe to it, but like it still lets you know that you've screwed something up. I got these gates in the way and I can't see what I'm doing. The feeling I won't hear that sound in Restitched? And let's just hope that we hear any sounds in Restitched. Do you know about Jerry Seinfeld's latest movie? Is it the thing about the Pop-Tarts? I have, like, I know only in that it's shown up on my YouTube front page. And I'm not sure, like, I need to know more. Would love to hear more from you. I mean, like, I don't know if I need to know more from Jerry Seinfeld. I am now the insert adjective here owner of Callisto Protocol because it is free at the moment. I would say that the adjective applicable here is savvy? Thrifty. Thrifty would be a good adjective to use here. I've been told it's bad on bizarre levels. I mean, you know me, Hive. Unless there is a compelling reason for me not to, I will always use a positive adjective for y'all instead of a negative one. No, that is not a compelling reason. Like, a compelling reason would be if you had actually done something terrible. In which case, I would be forced to use a harsher adjective for you. But, like, I mean, I've been playing Borderlands 3 for the last 2 days. Like, well, yeah, 2 days? How could I possibly throw shade? But you have not. That's the difference. Are you, like, bound and determined to regret this? Would you like me to help you wallow? Is that what this is? Give me 1 second. Oh my gosh, I missed a big thing. Give me a sec, yeah. There's a scene where union workers do a strike, and I kid you not, they depict it like the January 6th riots. The Viking guy from the riots is there as an an actor who's dressed as him. And that was labor? This is how they choose to showcase a labor dispute? Us! Hey doing there, lovely to see you. How you doing? I hope that you're super well tonight. I hope that nothing's giving you any particular difficulties. That's the thing, I guess. That was a choice. Apparently there's a 5-minute long joke about Jerry Seinfeld almost killing a child. Oh, okay. Is this like, is it a cry for help? Is this Jerry Seinfeld's cry for help? I've been playing around with C++, specifically playing with Vulkan. Like, as in Spock, or like as in the god? The Roman god of forging? There's a scene where he helps fake the moon landing. What the actuals, though? What is going on with Jerry Seinfeld? What's the deal with Jerry Seinfeld? Is this Jerry Seinfeld's confession? I mean, kind of. It sounds like it. It's supposed to be a biopic about Pop-Tarts. Like, that's what I gathered from the YouTubes, and it just, everything about it sounds like, why was this made? The guy who made Sea Monkeys and was a Nazi is there alongside Tony the Tiger. The guy who made Sea Monkeys and was also a Nazi is no longer alive, right? And that's not me attempting to be snarky, like I'm just kind of confirming. Okay, it's an actor playing him. Fair enough. I'm gonna have to go to some. Well, actually, I do have to go to like a cemetery when I'm in the States. But I'm gonna have to go to the cemetery and like see what the hell a fancy grave looks like, because I don't remember anymore. Vulkan, as in Vulkan, the graphics API, like OpenGL, DirectX 11. The thing that lets a program send rendering data to the graphics card. Okay. The guy who made Sea Monkeys and is also a Nazi sounds like a movie title in the vein of the man who killed Hitler and then Bigfoot. You know you're not wrong, though. Wait, like, these don't... Usually they're just... Frick, I can't remember I can't see in my mind what a frickin' mausoleum looks like. And I kind of hate it. Give me a second. This is gonna bug me now. Why would I need to put cemetery mausoleum if I mean, mausoleums don't show up anywhere else? Why is cemetery mausoleum puzzle the second thing that shows up in Google? What? Okay, I guess they do have peaked roofs. Or at least some of them do. And some of them are flat across. None of them are like parallelograms like I've got, so I hate that. It's implied, milkmen killed Kennedy. Mr. Seinfeld, are you okay? The milkman just kidnapped Seinfeld. The head of the milk is a little person, and he makes cows fart on Seinfeld to threaten him for... Hold on a second. I got... What? Makes cows fart on Seinfeld to threaten him for ditching milk. There's like a lot going on in that sentence, and it feels like it's supposed to be like wacky funny, and it's very much not. But I don't know like what it is. Jerry Seinfeld is the true auteur of trash. I mean, it kind of feels that way, though. After roughly 900 lines of code and climbing, I can render about 3 triangles. I don't have enough context to know if that's... Do you feel that's a success? Because I'm willing to celebrate your successes, but I don't know if this is self-criticism or if this is the thing that's not self-criticism. Not praise. No, wait, I don't need that. Because there's a sticker that I'm going to use. It's a success! Whoosh! Congratulations, then! We are proud of you now that we've got a little bit more information to judge whether this is a thing to be proud about. Coding sounds confusing as heck. I always put it off. Yeah, I don't get it myself. I don't think it's ungettable, but I definitely don't get it. I didn't need the extra one there. There we go. Wait, is there like a gargoyle? But not in... I don't think there's a gargoyle in LBP1. It is confusing, but my god, it's a treasure trove of learning and problem solving. That's super cool. That's really, really cool, and I'm glad that you're getting something out of it that way. Is it... Is it the kind of skill where you feel like it's like a snowballing skill? Where as you're picking up, like, as you're building basics and you're kind of adding onto that pile of things that you know, that it makes it easier to pick up the next set of things? Okay, it's a motorcycle. I was like, was there another storm tonight? But, because we have been getting storms, oh, pretty significantly recently, and it's been kind of shite for that. I don't think... Like, I know that there's a gargoyle-y decoration, but I don't think that it's in any of the LBP1 stuffs. Even if I'm not keeping it to, like, all within the story material set, like, I would like to keep it within the same game. Not the canyons, is it? Oh, I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking of. I guess that kind of works. It's the wrong color, though. We want something that matches the color. Why must life be so difficult? Why must life test me so? I don't know if that's gonna be able to find something I want for this. Oh. I mean, they did have the Roman plaque. It's kind of the right color. I mean, no, it's not gonna be. Why are you sticking out? Like, what did Sumo do to the decorations to make them come out so far forward in the Z-axis? Because I would have sworn that they didn't deform as badly in LBP1 as they do in LBP3, and I don't know why that is. It's really weird, though. Also, I realized, too late for me to change it because I'm not gonna, we didn't have material tweakers in LBP1. We didn't, you couldn't take off bevels. I have stitched myself up, and I hate it. I don't know, there's a non-zero amount of learning that's impossible, or at least not something I can imagine happening without the presence of someone more senior telling you so-and-so exists and can be used. That's a really good point. Yeah. I mean, I guess that goes for about any kind of learning, but yeah, that's definitely true. We did have glitch glass materials. Take that, future LBPs. Is that really something to be proud of, though? I did like the grabbable glass, though. Like, it had a style to it. Oh crap, I left it on pause again. Womp womp. I've been mucking around in RPG Maker XP for like 2 hours. Is that Do you feel like that's a good amount of time to be mucking around with RPG Maker, or? I've learned nothing, so maybe not. Now, is this like, is this a learn nothing, or is this Kronos is giving himself shit again? Learning nothing? Because I feel like those are two very different things. Oh, fudge! Dang it! Good call, though, Kronos. That's not what I wanted to do. Get kicked off my own stream. That would be a womp womp. But also, I don't know. I can't remember the last time I learned something. Lol. Yeah? Like, at all? Because that seems... I feel like that's suspect. Surely you've learned something. I don't know why I'm gonna bother setting up the logic. Oh, it's about the round table, yeah. Like, I want to, before I leave town, like, at least have some chance to, like, touch base with you about it and get some ideas, not necessarily nailed down, but fleshed out enough that I could kind of put that in a notebook and take it with me on my trip. I'm just rereading my comment and I'm like, how do you expect children to know how to add, subtract, visualize, or come up with the idea of multiplication and division? Are we... Wait, did I miss a comment from you? Oh, you have a wonderful day. Please take care of yourself. Stay safe. We'll be seeing you in less than a week. Wait, no, it'll be more than a week. I'll be in the United States in less than a week, but it will be slightly more than a week before I see you. So you can't die before then, and you're not allowed to die after then either. You're just basically stuck with immortality. Hate to do it to you, but eek. Before I lose the thread, you don't know your comment about children learning. I'm not sure. I was talking about my previous comment on learning about coding, mostly being from other peeps and comparing it to learning math as a kid. I mean, but like, I don't know about math, but like, folks do learn stuff without, like, formal or semi-formal training. Even if it's just like clutching together a working theory that you can use for like stuff that you're doing, and then you find out years later it's like that's not the way anybody does it, and it's super inefficient, but like you kind of learned a thing. Ooh, life force! Yo, life force is kind of a lot. Patrick Stewart is... I mean, Patrick Stewart's pretty cool in it, but there's just like a lot going on in Life Force. I actually kind of liked it though. They do, except they do build on a baseline understanding first. All right, that's fair. I guess I was just mostly trying to make sure that like I got the point that you were trying to make. Like there's a thing I want to say about Life Force, but like I kind of feel like it's not family friendly, so I'm just gonna have to DM you about it, Alice. Because there's like it's not like it's not strictly speaking something that like you would need to be content warninged about, but it's like it's just so weird and kind of out of left field that I just kind of want to say something about it. So remind me to do that on break. Oh. Two comments. I see the second one then. Let me bump up to the first one. Oh, and also I attributed a comment from Hive to you, Hiruna, and I apologize to both of you for that. Good to know that I have not improved. Kronos says, I guess I'm just overwhelmed. I'm overthinking making a thing and trying really hard not to think, who would want to play what I'm thinking of right now? A similar thing happened to me with one of my art pieces a couple months back. I put it on Twitter, got really anxious, and then took it down in under 24 hours. That's a really giant mood, Kronos, and I do understand it and empathize with it, but it is a mood that ultimately will keep you from doing anything. I mean, if you're thinking of, especially like working at like kind of a beginning level with RPG Maker, because if I'm not misremembering, this is your first time kind of trying something out with it. Like if you're already thinking ahead to the audience and not giving yourself a chance to like make stuff and maybe screw up, and maybe it's, who knows, maybe it's trash, but who cares, right? Like going back to the old LBP levels that we have all got, like one or two levels that we made that either we never published because they're awful, or we published them and put them out in front of the world and we learned something from them. I guess my point is that thinking is kind of poison. Hive says you wouldn't necessarily be able to have someone learn graphics programming without them having an understanding of something of an understanding of matrices. Okay. I feel like I'm like juggling like two completely different threads of thought here, and I apologize if that makes any of it senseless. Okay, I don't know why I'm doing it like this, except for the fact that I'm doing it on stream, so setting it up as an actual moving object will take time. Okay, that's kind of cool. Like, that's just about the right length. Oh yeah, no, like, maybe just a little bit higher so you could still see him there. Oh, no, that's not gonna work. These need to actually go down. That's the problem. Visco, you don't... what are you talking about? You're being silly and foolish. Now, I can't remember, but... Okay, why are these at maximum length 3? That's goofy. If you have a material that's partially in front of score bubbles, can you still pick them up? Oh, it's weird. My feelings on Borderlands 3 are kind of weird. I kind of resent Borderlands 3. Like, okay, so give me a sec, let me fill this in, and then I'm gonna tell Hiduna what I mean. Okay, so here, like, it's not a full piece of material that's blocking off the third layer. Like, if you put in a piece of glass, right? And let's say, you know, this is just, it's like blocking off an empty space, and you put score bubbles behind it. The player walking in front of the glass would not pick up those score bubbles. But if you've got something like this, where it's not like completely blocking that area, if I put score bubbles behind this, and the players walked in front of it, would they pick up those score bubbles or would they not? I mean, I guess I could just test, right? Let's see what happens. And to come back to your comment, Hirunda, and so I've been playing. I played last night, and I've been playing a little bit today, and like I feel like there are the bones and guts of an actually kind of fun game in Borderlands 3. Like, when we're just in the action for the most part, and once you've got like a couple orange guns that are actually kind of fun to use, like it's been wild to run around and blow things up and everything catches on fire. And I had this rifle that was like had semi-homing tracking bullets, and it, like, I was having a good time. The vehicle sections have been fun. I'm a little bit meh about the action mode of Tank Girl, like the walking tank. I think it's a bit cumbersome to actually get into the tank, and because you're doing that animation like a number of times, it's a little bit annoying, but it's like, it's not bad. The Borderlands series as a whole, because they went with that cel-shaded look, I think it's like a really good look when they're willing to move beyond a like a brown and dark yellow color palette, like um, the Atlas planet that we're on now, and it's got like lots of neon piping, and the sky's like you got this kind of like purplish dystopian sky and everything, and like it looks really cool. There's like a lot of pieces in Borderlands 3 that are enjoyable, and then like Anybody Talks, or like the story, and like the meat and potatoes of your experience of the game outside of action, and it's so bad. Like, it's so unenjoyable that I just been kind of just grinding my teeth. Like, I did this section today. We go to pick up Maya the Siren, and she's on this kind of like pseudo-orientalist fantasy planet that's got kinda sorta Buddhist monks, except they're all got heavy French and Scottish accents because they drink or something. I don't really get it. It's deeply cringe. And there's like lots of little stuff like that, and you just think like, you didn't have to do it like this. Like, you could have had a more competent writing team. You could have thought about what you were presenting a little bit more, and you could have made a game that was a lot better than what you ended up making. Oh shoot. We are at the 1 hour point. This might be... You could have had a writing team, honestly. When are you playing every Gears of War game? I don't think I can, actually, because those are Xbox. But yeah, Kronos had said something when we were talking DMs yesterday. We were talking about Borderlands 3 and DMs yesterday, and Kronos, you'd said, like, the thing we're hoping for with Borderlands 4 is a game that you don't have to have like on mute the entire time. You don't have to have all the dialogue on mute the entire time, and like, yeah, that would go a long way towards making it better. But yeah, I don't know. I feel weird about it, because when I'm in a pure action section, like, have fun. It's been fun. I got this gun right now that, like, it's like the ukulele. Whenever it shoots something with lightning, like, it also shoots everything else with lightning, which is a hoot. But we are at the 1 hour point. I'm going to take a really quick break, and when we come back, we're going to figure out what I'm doing with this tomb. Which is not a womb, but as my feminism and Gothic literature professor did stress to us numerous times, the womb is the tomb. I could put an ugly question mark in it. I could definitely do that. But let me take my break. I'll be right back. Os, Hirunda, you have a very good rest. Thank you so much for dropping by, at least a little bit, and good luck with your graphics. We're rooting for you over here. Kronos! Holy! Hex is a true hexen to bleed chili for life. That sounds less like a hex and more like a blessing. Were you intending to bless the Texan? I mean, okay, it's an Addams Family friendly stream, so I'm not gonna say what just popped into my mind, but I did have a thought. It wasn't a good one. It's lovely to see you. I hope you're super well tonight. Hope the life and the things are treating you kindly. It's subpar chili. Okay, that would be a curse. That would be a true hex. Witches would praise your hexing skills. It feels like it's been a while since family friendly stream. Yeah, it has been, and I kind of felt a little bit bad about that. So I figured tonight would be a decent night to have one. And of course I screwed it up. You know. You know. As I do sometimes. Okay, let's see if this. Okay, slick. Players wouldn't be able to get those bubbles. Cool, so that would actually be a thing. I wonder if these pillars should be a little bit, like, sloped. Give it a little bit of character. Dang, Kronos. Dang, Kronos. You don't just gotta you don't gotta go for the jugular like that. I wonder if anyone found demo in the private servers. I don't know. I hope so though. Cause I have told peoples about you in my Tumblr posts, and my Tumblr posts do get read by folks who are LBP kids. So, well, I don't know if they're kids, but they are part of the LBP community. So, I never get pinged in LBW, so probably not. Lol. I haven't like looked in LBW in ages. It has been some time. I hope so though. It's a great Star Wars name. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That would be a pretty good Star Wars name. No, I don't like that. I think those should be straight lines. Ah! It's gonna give me Ajita. I gotta figure out like what I'm gonna do for food this week. Cause my usual shopping I'd have more food than I would be able to eat. Those are really thick lines though. I don't want anything that thick. I just looked at that. It's too big. Is there not a thin line? I mean, there's these. Actually, that kind of works. Wait, where are the? Oh, that's from DC Comics, though. Fudge. Okay, that's MM. Which doesn't, strictly speaking, mean that it's from LBP1, though. But that's like, that's too much. Or is it? It's actually, that's not so bad. Is it? I don't know. It feels like it's too much. Okay, that's better. I feel like we could go with that. Is that what we want? We just did the comic sketch lines. We decided they didn't work for us. Well, that's definitely not gonna work. Is it bitter? Do we need more sweets? I mean, probably. I don't have any sweets in the house right now. Gosh darn it, Sumo. I have to say, as much crap as I give Sumo, and as much as they deserve, they did come with the stickers. Like, I feel like Sumo did a pretty good job with their sticker sets. I was using a total legal movie watching site, and it recommended me to watch Sergeant Kabuki, man. I feel like you've done that to yourself. I feel like you did that to yourself. I hate that for you, but yeah. Sergeant Kabuki, man. They had some really good ideas out the gate, they just didn't do anything with them afterwards. I mean, you're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong with that. I'm sure this movie's not racist. 80s trauma is never racist. I mean, I suppose that, like, 80s trauma is not the most racist thing that came out of the 80s, but it's kind of in the running. It's trying really hard. Lloyd Kaufman being a weird, anti-woke, weird right-wing anti-woke guy makes so much sense. I did not realize, I mean, like, I haven't really been following the man's career, but yeah, that does unfortunately make an awful lot of sense. Challenge level rotations are the last good idea, and I'm pretty sure it was there where they abandoned the game for good. I think there's a good chance of that, honestly. I did like those levels, though. Some of those were really good. I've played the pinball and hoverboard once a ton. I didn't play them more than it, like, I think more than the one time when they, like, first came out, and I regret that now. Wait, what did I do wrong here? He apparently full-on rants about SJWs on social media still now. God, what a sad little man. Who would have thought that this would be the ultimate fate of the person who brought us Romeo and Juliet? I still feel like Street Trash is maybe like my go-to for worst. And I'm still not entirely sure if it was supposed to be. I mean, intent doesn't really say the thing, but I'm not sure if it was like supposed to be a dig on like 80s level of racism in horror and like genre films, or if it was just that's what it was. But it was real bad. It was like really bad. Which is a shame because they had some really great practical effects in it. Like, but it was bad enough where I actually didn't end up finishing the movie. It's like I can't sit through this. Street Trash. Street Trash was a movie about, I don't remember what the issue was, but it was like this rot cut whiskey that some liquor shop owner like found when he was cleaning his basement, and it made people melt when they drank it. And it was like the melting effects were something else. Like they really went to town with that. But like it was just fantastically racist, specifically towards, I mean, kind of broad-based towards everybody, but very much towards Asians. And like I don't know, is that what they wanted? Like, is that what they were going for, or were they making commentary? Which again, like, wouldn't, even if they were making commentary, like, it's still racist. It's still like super racist. If you need to ask, then you know the answer. Yeah, like honestly, yeah. It's hard, like it's hard sometimes though, I find with reading or, you know, watching things that were produced back then and trying to figure like what was the creator's intent with this, like what were they going for? Like there's some characters I recently redid. I did a reread of The Bridge because The Bridge is kind of my go-to candy floss. This is not really a heavy thing to read. I enjoy it because everybody turns into soup, basically. It's fun. It's splatterpunk. But there's a couple of characters where it's like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be reading this character straight, and they think that this character is admirable, or if this character is a commentary on this type of character. If it's commentary, then why do I have nothing left to say about that? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Also, some of the more recent Trauma output has been just porn or softcore, besides the weird A Toxic Avenger reboot from 2023 that's trying to be a prestige thing with actual prestige actors in Toxic Avenger. I mean, I don't know that we need it, but Peter Dinklage plays Toxie? Wait, I mean, like, okay, so first off, like, Toxie's supposed to be a teenager. Like, Toxie's a high school student. That movie is so weird. Originally, Del Toro was going to be a main character also. What? That's like that. There's some weird energy coming off of that. It got shopped around so much. The original pitch was toxic Crusader-style PG-13 horror with Arnie as Toxie. Wow. It must have been from ages back if they thought they could get Arnie for it. Why did you do that? Disco, that's not how you wanted to do that at all. The reviews for the 2023 version are apparently very good. Okay. Sure, why not? This is the world that we live in, I guess. It'll be a while before I watch it. It doesn't sound like it's going to be any fun. I mean, I like Peter Dinklage. I think Peter Dinklage is pretty neat, but I mean, there's only so much one person can do. Isn't he in one of the X-Men movies? The reviews on Letterboxd are either very positive or very negative. It's a divisive film. It's tearing the community apart. I feel like he was in one of the X-Men movies. He was in Destiny before they removed him. Was there a reason that they removed him? Like, you can't lose the license to an actor, right? His performance was crap. He phoned it in. Is that in Destiny? Oh, okay. That's too bad. I guess if you want a prestige actor to be in your video game, like, you gotta get Tim Curry. That seems to be the answer. He'll go ham on your role. It's actually kind of a nice tree. Just a disinterested man reading lines he doesn't care about off a paper with all the affectation of a disinterested man reading stuff he doesn't care about off a piece of paper. It's almost meta. I believe, yes, we are discussing his Destiny role. Yeah, he gets replaced by someone who's surprised voices primarily in video games now. Voices primarily in video games. Wow. I wonder. Let's put a background in. I think the time has come for backgrounds. Wasn't Nolan North like one of those guys who just like shows up in everything? Him and Troy Baker, though the latter has been in fewer things recently. Okay. I remember people talking about the Easy Bake Oven. That is Troy Baker. Now, does this look better with nothing behind it? Is the question. Oh, because I turned off like jumping down because I'm a goober. We need to have about there. Well, wait, the camera should be. I guess the camera could be here. It's taken a long time, Kronos, but I'm finally remembering to use squares for my sticker paneling. It only took basically forever for me to remember. Wait, did I just say squares and not triangles when it's clearly a frickin' triangle? Oh god. I give up. I'm done. I'm already done. The brain is not braining. I hate it. I'm sorry. I am quite possibly semi-distracted. Maybe it looks better without, like, anything in the background there. Yeah, I think it does. Oh, fudge. Shall I unlock a core memory to help your brain? Sure? Is this gonna hurt me? Is it going to make me sad? I have to say, it is the ugliest question mark I've ever seen. See, the problem is, like, I think that's one of your core memories. Maybe not mine. I wish we'd clipped that, even if it was in the before. And then you could taunt me with it. And I would deserve that. Oh, it can't because I'm goofy, that's why. Alright, we need to put a cut here. Put a cut there. And put a cut here. Cool beans. Kinda? Why don't you go up? Is the cardboard in the way? I think the most messed up thing about Destiny? What is the most messed up thing about Destiny? They removed Paul from the Beatles. Wait, what? Is this like Destiny lore that I... What? Every Beetle is piloted by a guy named Paul. See, I couldn't tell if that was like for real or not. Holly? It seemed plausible, honestly. Paul did a song for Destiny 1 that was very funny in Destiny 2. You could only listen to that song in an area that got deleted from the game. Oh no! Poor Paul. He'll just have to cry himself to sleep every night on his giant pile of money. Wait, Paul McCartney's not dead. Haunted by John Lennon. They paid him all that money and didn't even get a song that rose to the level of Beatles. I mean, I find the Beatles to be like deeply annoying, so I don't know who the loser is there. I do not? Is that a thing? I mean, clearly it must be, or else you would not have mentioned it. Holy crumbs! Alice, it's an Addams Family friendly stream tonight. Hun. I mean, I screwed up twice too, so I kind of feel like I can't yell at you about it, but it's okay. I did screw up myself, so like I can't really get deeply on your case about it, but we can yell at the MPAA about it. There's like so many things that we should yell at the MPAA about, though. Well, no, I mean I didn't really give you warning that it was going to be. So I feel like that's as much on me as anybody else. In the 70s and stuff, a bunch of weirdos made up a theory that Paul was actually dead and replaced by a clone or a ghost or something? I'm like, my mouth is working as though words should be coming out, but they're not, because of all, why would you not just replace him with like a person who looks like Paul. I feel like that would be a lot easier. Why do you have to get ghosts into the shenanigans? What did ghosts ever do? Or clones? It's the origin of celebrity is dead theories. Is it kind of like a reverse Elvis? Ghosts work hella hard if JoJo is to be believed. Is JoJo to be believed? Do you feel like that JoJo is a good source of knowledge on ghosts? Well, no, because kinda like. Because the Elvis theory is that Elvis is still alive, and Elvis is, like, running around someplace. Wait. But, no, because, okay, because in Bubba Hotep, Elvis is imposter. The Elvis impersonator is the one that dies. And actual Elvis... Oh! Kettle, how you doing? It is lovely to see you. I hope you're super well tonight. It is always a pleasure. And Biggie Smalls is alive and well in Greece. Maybe all these dead celebrities are alive and well, like, together in the same place. Reverse Elvis is alive. Tupac is alive and well in Serbia. I feel really weird about all of that though, because like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's one thing to have a goofy theory about like Elvis who didn't die from violence. I feel like it's a little bit different to rope Tupac and Biggie in. Although I realize that you're just reporting Alice and not like the progenitor of those theories. Eating breakfast before going to work for orientation. Os! Kettle, congratulations! Is that wonderful news? Should I congratulate you, or are you feeling like that this is not wonderful news? Because work can go both ways. But on the assumption that this is good news, then very much congratulations, yes. If Paul's so alive and not a ghost, then why don't we have high-res pictures of his feet? That's a better question than I have an answer for, honestly. Yes, it's good news, since I needed a job 2 years ago. Then congratulations to you. I hope that this is a smooth transition back into the working world. I hope that you do not have to deal with coworkers who are jerks. I hope that they support you and recognize that you are coming back to work, which is stressful. I feel like there's a better way that I could have phrased that, but it just kind of fell apart in my head at the last minute. And I hate that for me. Oh, that is an MM1, so... I don't know if I need that, though. I kind of feel like it's fine without it. My joke was that ghosts are often depicted with weird vapor trails and no feet. I did ask, when I first came to Japan, I did ask my students if there was a heaven for feet. And they did not really give me a particularly good answer to that question, so... I mean, it's a cashier job, so I'm not super hopeful all the customers will be cool always. I don't know, like, what it's actually like on the ground in the US. I do know that there's a lot of, like, retail hell stories, and there's probably more than a kernel of truth in them. But I will keep I will keep my toes crossed that your experience is relatively close to mine in my cashier job. That I have dealt with some really crummy customers. There's no real getting around that, but they've been very much in the minority of customers that I've dealt with. And some of the customers that I've had to deal with have been really, really nice. Like, there's some really cool folks who come into the shop, so... Well, the thing is, like, with Kettle... the thing is with Japanese ghosts, or the kind of the more traditional style of Japanese ghosts, that they're, like, very specifically depicted without feet. And it's a very long-running thing. And I kind of got to wondering about that. Like, if the ghosts are here on Earth, but we don't ever see their feet, then do their feet, like, go someplace? My students thought that was funny, but again, they didn't really have a good answer for me. Sergeant Kabuki Man was funded by Japanese companies? Specifically Namco? That's... Wow! That's kind of wild. That's where Namco's been spending their money. Sergeant Kabuki Man. Yeah, I'll see if I can't find a decent picture for you, but it's like, it's one of those things where once you've seen it, you'll see it over and over again in, like, older cartoons and older manga. Oh, Holly, you sleep very, very well. I hope that you have wonderful dreams tonight. I hope that you wake up refreshed and well rested, which is kind of like saying the same thing twice. They apparently wanted to get a foothold in the US market for films, so they approached a couple of companies and somehow landed Troma. Wow. It's like the Indiana Jones movie where it's like, you have chosen poorly. with your Holy Grail cup. History kit is not what I want. That's like such a choice. Did they just like... Do you think they just like gave Troma money and was like, here, just make some movie with Japanese theming, go to town with it, we don't care what you make? Because they couldn't have been... Like, they couldn't have looked at that and thought like, oh, we got a good return on our investment here. Wow. Wait, is Uwe Boyle, does he do Troma? Okay, so it's a different guy. Troma did a lot of the 80s classics is not really the word, but like you got Toxic Avenger, you got Class of Nukem High, you've got Surf Nazis Must Die, Tromeo and Juliet. Those are the big ones that I remember from when I was a kid, and they're really not great. They are not movies that have aged particularly well. I mean, Uwe Boll definitely... Boll, not Boyle. Uwe Boll definitely seems like somebody who could or would make movies for Troma. Like, I don't feel like it would be out of character for him. Didn't he do the Postal movie? Am I misremembering that? Because that's a movie that definitely feels like it could be a trauma movie. Like, it very much has that vibe. Peter Jackson just was making all this horror stuff in his own studio. Yeah, Jackson was... he was like self-taught. And... was it Bad Taste? Like, Bad Taste is a movie that he filmed on weekends for something like 2 years. Bad Taste is a movie, by the way. It's like, if you think it's a surprise that Jackson went from Brain Dead to Lord of the Rings, factoring in Bad Taste in the equation as well is like, why did they, who was the money man who was like, this is the guy that we need to get to do Tolkien? And that's not even touching on Meet the Feebles, which is so super off the table for a family-friendly stream that, like, that have to be discussed some other time. But that one's a lot too. Oh, Squishy, how you doing? Lovely to see you. Hope you're super well. I need to up my horror knowledge. I've let it atrophy way too much. That's like a mood, though, Kettle. Like, a lot of what I know about the genre, it does really peter out around, like, the early 2000s when I came to Japan, and I just kind of lost track of everything. And there's so many movies that have come out in the past 20 years that just, like, have... you know, people regard as like classics, or this is like really good or whatever, and I have no idea. And I hate it so much, because I love horror, but so little of it gets over here. I don't know enough about J-horror. It's something that I would like to bone up on. Like, I know a little bit of the kind of like body mod, body horror type of stuff you got, like, with Tetsuo, and I don't know if Rubber Lovers is really horror, but it's definitely weird. Like, it feels like it's of a piece with Tetsuo. But there's like giant swaths of Japanese horror that I just don't know anything about. Train to Busan was really good. Train to Busan 2 was not really good. I have not yet made the question mark. That's still on the table, and we're gonna have to do that. Also, to get into African horror and Nigerian horror especially, and also maybe South America. See, now that's the thing, is like, I know so little of world, like, just filmmaking in the world, and that's like a giant gap for me. Because I think movies, and I think of, like, I mean, there's the States, of course, and you've got, like, European cinema, and, like, Japanese, and to some extent Korean cinema, and, like, I know of bits and pieces from those areas, but, like, I honestly didn't consider filmmaking, like, what's going on in Africa, or what's going on in South America, and I know it exists, but I just don't know anything about it. Who's the guy who was convinced that the man who directed Piranha 2: The Spawning to not only finish writing the sequel to Alien, but also direct it? But, like, Cameron didn't go from Piranha 2 to Aliens, did he? Like, you had Terminator in the middle there, right? camera went from Piranha 2 straight to Aliens. Dang. You know so much about a culture when you know what scares them and how they express that. Yeah, honestly, that's like a really good point. He then convinced them to let him finish making the Terminator and then come back to do Aliens. Huh. I didn't realize that was the timeline. I need to put out a frame here. Just so I could start to see like what this is gonna look like. I know the sticker that I want. The people in the UK at Pinewood were having nothing of him because they thought he was some upstart little punk because he came out of nowhere and was ordering them all around. That's hilarious though. I can imagine him walking around with like a bruised ego just all freaking day. Where? I know the sticker that I'm looking for. I wish I didn't forget movies I watched as a kid like Alien, Alien 2, and Terminator. I don't forget books, but movies leave my mind like sand in a sieve. That's like super fair though. Especially like if you end up watching a lot. I kind of feel like after a while the brain just doesn't hold on to it very well. I watched so many crummy movies as a kid. I loved them. Like, I didn't necessarily think they were crummy at the time, but many of them are gone from my brain now. They did not survive the journey into adulthood. The official DC Comics Super Discord server is very funny. It has turned now into every day a mood having to say, please don't roleplay Homelander from The Boys. We have an anti-role-playing rule. I hate everything about that. Oh, a mod having to say, okay. That's slightly different. Kronos asks, will you be doing... hold on. Will you be doing a long form as soon as you start streaming again, or just doing some one-offs to get back into the swing of things? I'll probably at least do like 1 or 2 one-offs just to kind of shake off the rust a little bit, especially if the trip proves to be very stressful. My father was a huge, was and is a super huge horror fan and loves the schlocky ones. Loves the schlocky ones best. I've seen a lot, but I remember little. I do really like that your doll had that, like, mood when you were growing up, though. Because I had to, like, wrangle and weasel my way into getting to watch horror as a kid, and it kind of sucked. I got really good at that skill, and I kind of wish I didn't, because it kind of messed up, like, how I view myself. Reason number 87,979 why I avoid any DC Discord. Too many comics fans are like that. Yeah, like, I mean, Homelander and the boys in general is just so particularly ick. Hold on, I missed a bit from Alice. Ever since that DC Comics server has started, they've been raided by people role-playing the boys and other characters. Why though? Wait, what? Fed Alvarez got permabanned from an alien subreddit for impersonating Fed Alvarez? Wait, is it Fed or Fede? I saw 3 people role-playing Dr. House from House. In the DC Comics role-playing server? Or not, DC Comics non-role-playing server? They were role-playing Dr. House? Sure, I guess. Maybe I gotta pull this back a little bit. Why are they determined to roleplay jerks? Why not Superman? Billy Baston. Everybody loves the jerks. I feel like there was more that I was supposed to put in that sentence, and it just, like, it didn't happen. Oh yeah, no, I figured it was like Dr. Gregory House, because I mean the house of the show is not the character. The house from the Japanese movie is not the character. The house is just where it happens. Let me get this frame like kind of where I need it to be, and then I will take that break. And thank you for looking out for me, Kronos, because I would just kind of breeze right over it. I have seen House 2, and I saw the one that was like rebranded into a House movie but didn't start out that way. What was it, the horror show? With the dude from Blade Runner? And do I have any House American movie takes? They're crap. Like, I don't know if that's a take, but Kettle, thank you so much for dropping by. It's wonderful to have you as always, and I'm glad that you have to run off because you're running off for something that's pretty big and important. And I am rooting for you from over here. I'm sending you whatever energy I got. You can do this. You got this. Oh? That's not what we want. We want a selector. The whole American house versus Japanese house thing is me remembering a thing I heard randomly. Okay. Well, what did you hear? And we'll make that we'll make that the point that after this story I will take my break. Oh yeah, okay, that's what we want. Like, that's gonna show so little though. So I can, but there's only so much I could shrink the set. Cause the bars are gonna deform if I shrink it down too much. want to do this. We could make the... But for context, there was a small bit of discourse about how it's weird that people call House Hausu, and the people who call it Hausu were like, but there's an American horror movie also called House, and people retorted with something about how you can clarify it by including the year of the movie. Did they release on the same year? Is that where this is going? Because that would be pretty funny. We definitely don't want that. Where it's going is even funnier. I think we're gonna have to shrink the set. Oh, Phantom, it's lovely to see you. I hope you're really well tonight. Hope the life is treating you kindly. Well, I mean, there comes a point where if I make the frame too big, I won't be able to turn it into an overlay. I mean, I could use a frame that's a different shape. Like, I could use a rectangle frame. But, like, if I don't have a full, like, if it doesn't go all the way around, it'll be more difficult to take out the green with the magic lasso tool. There was somebody who was very uppity about how everyone is trying to be quirky by adding random numbers to the end of movie titles, and doing that doesn't mean they have a personality. Readers, the random numbers were the release years of the movies. Wait, like, somebody thought that people were just tacking random numbers on the end of movies? Why, though? Like, did they not notice that a lot of these numbers were getting reused? Wish all a wonderful weekend? We wish you a wonderful weekend, Phantom. And I hope that life has been really good to you recently. Because I know it's been a while since we've gotten a chance to hang out. But, on that note, I am going to take a... Oh, by all means, please do lurk. Don't worry about it at all. And I am going to take a break here, get myself a little bit of water, because I can feel my mouth starting to get tacky. But we will be back in just a couple of minutes. Yes! I am here. The weirdos are right, you should have been dead actually. Wait, what? Also, Soup! Lovely to see you, I hope you're well. Hope that life is being kind to you. Going back briefly to Paul and Lennon in the solo album where John Lennon has the very song Imagine, he also has literally a song after called How Do You Sleep, which is a takedown of Paul and includes one of the most lines in a diss thing, which is basically him going, the weirdos are right, you should be dead actually. Wow. John Lennon coming for the throat. Kronos, I think you're right. I think the frame should be bigger, and I think the frame should not be irregular. I think that's part of the problem. Like, I like the idea of an irregular frame, but I think that it limits what can be shown a little bit too much for this kind of scene. I did not do this right. And the fact that it worked out right is kind of shocking to me. It did not work out right. Okay, good. What I should have done was something like this, so that it would be straight on all sides. Oh, buggery. Oops! Kinda deleted the camera. My bad. I can shrink that down after. And I will need to shrink that down. Yeah, something like that. I don't know if I want it to be perfectly square, but I can work with that. It's kind of nice. We need to have a switch. It doesn't actually have to do the switch function, but there should be a switch to imply that this is a level. Okay, we're getting there. I don't want to overdo it, but yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure that these aren't clipping through the American House is co-produced by the Friday the 13th creator. I mean, I don't find that to be particularly surprising. It is fairly joyless, and while I do like and appreciate the OG Friday the 13th, it's not a... I wouldn't say it's a particularly joyful movie. What secrets does it have? We may never know. I also don't know why I know Shauna Cunningham co-created and directed Friday the 13th when I haven't seen any of them outside of Freddy vs. Jason. Didn't he also have some credits in the Friday the 13th series? Oh, buggery. Nope, that's not what we want. That's what we want. I don't know why that's so wonky. The only credit I remember from Freddy vs. Jason is Ronnie Yu. All I remember about, like, credits-wise about, Freddy vs. Jason is that Jason Mewes is not in it. Are you testing me? Is this a test? Freddy vs. Jay and Silent Bob. Sure, why not? I think we want some bushes. Freddy vs. Jason, the two only good Jason movies after Jason X. Oh my god, the things that come out of your mouth sometimes. Alice, I love you, but... I feel like you're doing this on purpose. Freddy vs. Jason knocks on the door of Kino and then turns around and walks off before Kino happens. Oh my god. Oh my god! Squishy, no! Why? Why do y'all do this? I mean... yes, but... I've never claimed that Jason X is a good movie. This is true. This is a family-friendly stream. It's an Addams family-friendly stream, but it is a family-friendly stream tonight. Oh. I did do 2 swears. I did do 2 swears. Come on! Alice. It happens. I don't know that we have any kiddos in tonight. But we have definitely exceeded PG-13. Wait, do you know of the swear discourse? I do not? The guy's head then lands in a dumpster. Wait, what? Oh, in Friday the 13th Hate. I hate that I knew that, like, just right off the top of my dome. I'm like, oh yeah, it's the head in the dumpster, it's Friday the 13th Hate. I have no stakes in this debate, but Jason Takes Manhattan is Kino because Jason Takes Manhattan is not Kino. Jason Takes Manhattan is not Kino. I will not stand for that. Wow, I have to... Soup, I will come down to Australia. I will come down to where you are. And I'll make you watch a good Jason movie. Friday the 13th 6, clearly. Hold on a second. I missed something. I missed something big there. Freddy vs. Jason could have done more with drunk teens being on the set of a... Could have done more with drunk teens being set on fire in a cornfield. It could have done a lot more with that. Basically, there's a linguistic discourse happening with actual linguists if the F word that is not a slur is still a swear, since it gets used a lot in a lot of otherwise PG movies. This was after that Deadpool and Wolverine used it 1,000 times. Wait, what? How did they use it 1,000 times? How... That's a lot of F-bombs. Like, you need to really work at it to get that many F-bombs in. And it could be like, it could be let's cause decent psychic damage hour. That's... I deserve it, honestly, I'm sure. I must have committed some hefty sins as a child. It's still an absurd amount of times for a mass market movie to use that word. I mean, that's a fair call. $118 times is a lot. I don't think Carlin uses it that many times in any of his shows, and he was pretty well known for dropping the F-bomb. That's not what I wanted to happen. I miss some folks trying to talk about Jason X being a good movie. Deadpool and Wolverine is R-rated, this is true. With the amount of gore in the movie, I doubt it's PG. I heard it was a lot. I don't know anymore, Squishy, but I refuse. If Jason Takes Manhattan is Kino, then Kino has no meaning. And maybe that's okay. Maybe Kino shouldn't have meaning. Jason X is Kino? Kino is a German word. Okay, we're beginning at the beginning, I guess. I mean, isn't Kino the word that the film nerds use to denote that this is good film that we should consider to be good film? Why do I keep doing that? I like how people act like the beginning of Deadpool vs. Wolverine is transgressive because it involves Deadpool using the corpse of Logan Wolverine as a weapon to kill people with, because it's treating a movie in one of the properties involved in a way that undermines its place in the canon. My guys, The Rise of Skywalker is right there. The film nerds use it that way, but also it just means movie. That's looking kind of nice. I don't know if like the bushes are super noticeable, but maybe that's kind of okay. Kino is also a Maori word. Maori word. There's a lengthened A in Maori. I actually practiced that. I don't know if I got it right, but people acted like Deadpool was a transgressive movie despite being incredibly rote. So what do I know? I mean, I trust your takes a lot more than I trust a lot of people's. So I would go with a lot. Even if you claim that Jason X is cinema. Jason is Maori Kino. I kinda like that. That's kind of fantastic, honestly. I need like some kind of flowers or something. Deadpool is a standard comic book movie with a smattering of gore and the main character turning the camera every now and then and saying, "Movies, am I right?" Which, like, in the context of film, like, even in the context of comics, I don't think it's all that much, but there's movies that have done that. It's not, like, super novel. It's no Ichi the Killer. So very little can be Ichi the Killer. I am not a natural born killer's head. I don't know why I didn't want to see it when it came out. I don't know that there was a particular reason, but I remember just being super uninterested in it. And I ended up seeing it much later. I think like maybe a little bit before I came to Japan, and I was thoroughly unimpressed. Waves vaguely in the direction of funny games. I mean, yeah. Like that's funny games' whole bit. Deadpool 1 was interesting because of the relatively small budget, and it's overall more of a competent action movie than the average MCU flick, but Deadpool 2's only interesting element is how cool Domino is, and the rest is pretty forgettable. What about like the one dude who doesn't end up getting tossed in a chipper shredder? They assemble like their X-Force, and the gag is like the completely normal guy is the only one that survives. Deadpool in every single game he's in is the worst character, though. That is objectively correct. What games is Deadpool in? And that's not like honest question. Like I have no idea. Is he in any of the Marvel vs. Capcom games or something? Wait, I thought the super normal guy also survived. Did he also get killed? I know that there's one dude who landed in a chipper shredder. Or like he landed and his parachute got caught in the chipper shredder. He's been showing up in basically every Marvel game since 2016. He is also in MVC 3, yeah. I didn't even know there was a Deadpool game. That's like how far out of the loop I am. He has his own 360 PS3 game, which is absurdly expensive now. What? When did Deadpool kind of like... When did he start being the character that he is now? Because PS3 360, that puts it back pretty far. Also, a side bit here for a moment. Kronos, I can't find a physical copy of PlayStation All-Stars. Now, granted, I haven't gone everywhere to look for it, but I did hit up, like, the used shops around me. I went to Nakano. I went to Shinjuku. I wasn't a dedicated search. I didn't go to, like, every shop I could, but yeah, I think if I want it, which I don't know so much that I do, but I am kind of interested, I might have to order it. In terms of being a more competent action movie than the average MCU flick, basically any movie with legible action is a more competent action movie than the average MCU flick past Phase 1. I can't think of ever seeing it, honestly, Kronos. Do I want to do anything more with this scene? You can only play €20 for the Deadpool DLC in Midnight Suns, alongside Morbius. Is that how much it costs? Why would I would not pay €20 to play a game with Deadpool. Like, not even just as DLC, I just wouldn't pay that much at all. Every DLC is €20? What the hell? That's uncalled for. I hate that. I hate every word in that sentence. All the words are terrible words. No! No, I did not know that. I hate that. I hate it so much. Why do I like blue lighting so much? Alice, can you explain to me why Midnight Suns and Armored Core 6 have age-restricted store pages on Steam? They're not age-restricted games. That's weird. Whoa, Alice, come on! I gotta feel like I'm being understanding, but I kind of feel like, you know, you gotta work with me a bit here. They made it as PG-13 as possible. Should have pinned the message. I'm wondering if maybe, yeah. It happens like that. Maybe we should just give this one up as a bad go. Maybe just be like, no, we didn't pin the message, and it may as well just be after hours stream. Yeah, I mean, it's partially my fault because we haven't done this type of stream in a while. I am 100% willing to eat the L on that. The lights have gone out hours ago, honestly. How many kids do we get here often? Honestly, not too many anymore. I think Very Mega Fun is still a kid. I'm just like, I'm working out math from things that they have mentioned, and I'm like, I think maybe still a kid. I don't know if Des watches streams with her kids anymore, but she used to. Which is one of the reasons I think that was actually the reason why I had started doing these as family friendly, just along with the fact that like too much swearing didn't feel like it meshed with Little Big Planet too much. But it's like I knew that back in the day Des did watch with her kids, and I didn't want to put her in a position. But I don't know if she still does. Yo, bots! Soup says, just as the first example at the top of the dome, Deadpool was like the secret character in the first Marvel Lego game, in a kind of out of left field boss fight from one of the 360 Spider-Mans, and now he's the one more thing at the end of every single Marvel crossover game announcement. I'm pretty confident I could prove with stats he's in every Marvel team up game now. I hate that. Like I feel like Deadpool is a character that you can be a little bit interesting with if you're willing to be sparing with him. Like, you can kind of have fun with that character, but they're just not. I'm afraid to put, like, I want to randomize the costumes, but the last time that I did random costumes on Sackbots, I randomized 3 times in a row and my game crashed. And I was like, huh, that's funny. So I went back into my game and I randomized the costume 3 times in a row and the game crashed again. And I don't know if, like, is there just a chance that the game will crash anytime I randomize a costume, or does it have to be 3? But the random costumes are kind of fun, so... I don't know why LBP's gotta be weird sometimes. Actually, I should... Wheel of... Oh, this application is closed unexpectedly. Which is kind of like a problem when it's on stream, is the thing. Okay, what were LBP1 costumes? Wait, was Mod Nation Racers was LBP1 or LBP2? It was 1, okay. I'm glad that everybody comes in with the answer there. Oh wait, but the sack thing of Liberty was 1. The Pleiades one was 2. Bioshock? I think Bioshock was 2, right? Luckily for you, you've cultivated an audience comprised almost entirely of LBP1 nerds. LBP nerds, this is true. And I do consider that very lucky. And these are all common, so I just have to kind of wing it. So what does this costume look like? Does that mean what you have going on with these streams is literally build it and it will come? I mean, this is no field of dreams. It's a field of nightmares. I don't I don't know. I guess, maybe? I need the costumes to be a little bit brighter because it's a darker set and I want to make sure that the characters pop a little bit. Red Devil does glow. Go with that. Perhaps it's a field of hopes and dreams. Piano riff starts. Can you do pianos riff? It feels like an absurd question now that I ask it, but... Yeah, they can. Okay. I guess, like, every time I hear the word riff, and I think guitar riff. Hold on, I need this, like, I can't see this character, so... I should put something under them so they just don't need to have them floating in the air the whole time. I need you close to the camera so I could actually see what you got going on. There we go. What do we want you to look like? I could go with that hat. I think that hat's okay. Oh fudge. I guess that hat doesn't work with anything on the head. That kinda sucks. I mean, it's already got the bits and bobs on it. And we go with the old classics. Midnight Suns was on purpose made to be like still with a certain brand of Marvel, and they specifically did not allow romance. That's kind of like a weird flex, because like romance is a thing that happens in comics. A romance between the player character and the Marvel character. Oh, that's like real crummy. They thought it would break canon. Oh my god. Vanessa Carlton's 1,000 Miles is a riff, so that's solved. No, that's okay. Spider-Man can only date famous superheroes. And like, gals that get tossed off bridges. And not Murder Lady 100,000? Wait, what? Who's Murder Lady 100,000? Oh, okay. I thought that was like maybe like part of the character's deal is that they're just murder people. Women in History costume pack is LBP2. Yes? Oh, yes, Squishy? And really quick, catching the last bit that you said there, Soup. I super understand that. the typing out music, like what it sounds like. I'm an adorable goober. I'm okay with that. I could take that. I don't mind being a goober, but I am definitely a goober sometimes. It's so hard for me to remember like what costume bits were from LBP1 specifically. Oh, did I miss something? Give me a mo. Oh, you create the characters. You create the protagonist of Midnight Suns. You make the protagonist like be slightly murder happy, but there's no evil option. Oh well, that's just like, I mean, that's just Marvel being cowards. I don't know why Marvel's got to be cowards. I mean, they are Marvel, so, you know, there's that, but... From what I read, they put out a bunch of restrictions so it would still be sellable to the MCU people. Not that I was, like, super invested in Marvel since I was a kid. But I do really hate the way that, like, they've so tightly hitched their star to the MCU that it warps other things that they might want to do creatively. I can understand why, because, like, MCU's money. But at the same time, like, I feel like I've heard people say that there's not really a lot of crossover between them. Like, you don't get a lot of folks who are coming to the movies then going and, like, getting into the comics. Unless I'm misremembering completely, which is a possibility. It wouldn't be the first time. They're betting hard on the incubator model. The incubator model. Is the MCU even money these days? It seems like a financial sinkhole in recent years. You know what? Like, that's fair. I kind of forget that there's a whole MCU post, like the Phase 4. And I think the world kind of has also. People who watch superhero movies don't read comics, and this is true for DC also. Incubators like the idea of making the books from the go something that can be turned into movies. Okay. So they're not looking to pull people back into the comics from the movies. They want the comics to be a test bed for something that they'll be doing in the movies later. That's just crummy. I hate it. What am I looking for here? I wish I could just trust the random generator to not crash the game, because that would also crash the stream. Because it's kind of fun to, like, grab a random costume and then, like, with stickers and maybe changing a few of the pieces, getting something that looks like a player would maybe choose. There's a lot of the costumes that I used for, like, incidental characters in the old review show that I had gotten their costumes that way. And it worked out pretty well. Like, I was pretty happy with the results. they basically gave up on getting people to read the comics. So now it's like, let's get comics to be made into movies and shows. Then like, why even bother with the comics then? I kinda like that. I kinda like the poncho. Like I could go with that. That's kinda fun. Wow, the scales are like way off here. It is already 3 hours. I might go over a bit because I'd like to get this kind of nailed down by the end of the stream. But I didn't realize like how upscaled this was. I never did the ugly question mark. You're right. You're right. Let me do one more costume and I'll quick do the ugly question mark. I'll have to kind of throw it together quick. I do. You're not wrong at all. I need to fulfill that promise. Wait, is that? I mean, it's just Studio, so I think it would be LBP1. Alright, we can go with that. Glasses? Maybe no glasses. I do like being right. And you're always right. I'd say it's a reputation thing. If they stop making comics and the MCU continues to circle the drain, then they just become an IP to be trotted out where appropriate, and it loses all sense of prestige. But it's like, they don't... Do they have prestige? I mean, I feel like they certainly didn't start with any prestige. Don't give me that kind of power. Meerkat already hates the little I have. Oh no! I mean, everybody's gotta have at least a little bit of power. God, so many of the hairstyles just kind of bite. Everyone and their dog keeps trying to replicate the quote-unquote lesser media to movie multiverse pipeline, so I'd say yeah. Okay. Thing is, both DC and Marvel are still... I missed a bit. Are still meant to be comic companies, even if the comics are like the least sellers of what they do. It's a running gag already that I'm always right. I believe it might be some tism though. Just a little bit of tism as a treat. I'm never gonna be happy with the women's hairstyles in LBP. Like, there's so few that are, I feel like, really usable. There's a Naruto live-action movie that's shooting right now. Oh my god, you can't use bunny ears with anything. I always forget that. Crap, what was the... It's the New Year's girl, right? Yes, I know! Which confused the living heck out of me for the longest time, Hive. Because I had a friend who was really big into Tism. And, like, they had given me a CD by them. Like, way back in the day. And then when people started using that as, like, a shorthand for autism, and for, like, a little bit there, for, like, a week or so, before it finally kind of sunk in through context, I was like, why the hell did this, like, minor band from Australia just suddenly become big everywhere? He says he wants to show the nuance of Naruto as a character. I guess though. Oh, I super did not size any of this right. Like, these have got to be sized bigger. And I don't like that face. They did actually become big everywhere. The music video for Everyone Has Had More Sex Than Me broke Aussie containment. Good on him. Oh, it's that bad! Not gonna, can't wait, not gonna lie, to see All Might saluting the troops. Wait, what? Wait, what? Why is... I clearly did. There's an interview with the director. He says he wants to show the nuance of Naruto as a character, and then Super responded, as an enjoyer of bad corpo slop movies, I'm very much excited for our future of live-action anime adaptation trash we're gonna get. Yo, they've been making that in Japan for years. Like, they don't have to remake it. They could just, like, put it out with subtitles. There's also live-action MHA hacks. Okay, that's what I had missed. The Americans, they hate reading. I was gonna make a joke about reading, and I couldn't remember what state it was in. Is reading in Pennsylvania? It's gone. The moment is gone. Oh wait, no, I promised I was gonna make a question mark. So we'll do that. As a Canadian, everything is American enough. Please stop right there. Reading? Reading is... is reading in Washington? I'm gonna have to check. That is like the saddest question mark ever. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hope you realize how much I love you, Kronos. There. Hold on. Again, make sure it's nice and bright, and it can be like... This could be the frickin' thumbnail. Make sure everybody can see it. Honestly, like, if we're gonna do it, let's do it upright. We could make this like into neon. Neon is so bright though. Did you circle brush it in 5 seconds while I was feeding my cat? Oh my god, you looked away for like 5 seconds and I did it? I'm gonna die. I'm gonna freaking die. Oh, I'm so sorry, Kronos. That's too good though. Hollywood Sailor Moon. Wait, no. They're not. Alice, are they? Are they doing a Hollywood Sailor Moon? And why do they hate me? I mean, Squishy, you're not wrong. I hate it, but you're not wrong. Where is... like, where's a good neon? I said you're not wrong, and I said I hate it, but you're not wrong. Wait, did I screw up? Right, I did say you're always right. So when you're right, and you're always right. And now, I haven't said that you're not right. I said that you are right, and I dislike the fact that you're right about this point. Now I'm like second guessing, like, what did I say? Holographic material? Okay, that's kind of what I'm wanting. I mean, why would I be wrong if I'm always right? Oh, okay. I get ya. I get ya. And that's a good point. There, that's what I was trying to do. Finally. And you just gotta be cardboard again. Please, just be cardboard again. Why you gotta give me so much trouble, game? Why you gotta be just giving me so much trouble? I know we're nearing the end of stream, but something about this is overstimulating me as something shocking, so I gotta bounce. Supum, thank you so much for dropping in tonight. It is a pleasure, as always, to have you. I hope that you find the rest of your evening relaxing, but I also hope that you find the rest of your evening restful, on account of it's pretty late down there. But yes, yes, it is always wonderful to have you. There we go. It ain't great, but it's Kino. Alright, I am gonna have... It's supposed to be ugly. I mean, it ain't pretty. It certainly ain't pretty. I'm gonna have a cigarette, and while I'm having a cigarette, I'm gonna work on a costume, and then... once I finish the cigarette, I think I should start to put a little bit of a bow on things. I do not believe I have it in me to do 4 hours tonight. I mean, every artist has their own style, Kronos. I mean, I kind of was, though. Where is the Ape Escape costume? This is such a good costume, though. I don't think nearly enough players play with the Ape Escape costume. Oh, that's good. No, I like that. What isn't good is the amount of neglect Ape Escape's gotten. This is true. You know, we could do an Ape Escape stream. That would be, like, totally doable. On account of, I got Ape Escape too. Oh. What do I wanna... I kind of got an idea here. I feel like I've gone to this well before, though. Do you have Ape Escape 2 locked and loaded, and not once it is landed in your one-off queue? I mean, like, honestly, we've got, like, a lot of games. I might do a poll after Tunic, because, like, I did... Well, after Tunic and Metal Gear Solid 3, because, like, those two were, like, definitively on the list of stuff that we're gonna do. But, like, okay, so we've got... we got Little Witch No Better. We've got Ib. We've got, Ape Escape 2. And there's, like, at least, like, one more that we could slot in. That all of those would work as long-form games. So I might, like, once we finish Metal Gear Solid 3, I might, like, just do a poll to see, like, what people would really want to see. Now, is it clear enough, like, what's happening in that scene? I think so. I think I might want to put something in that block, though. Is there, like, a little skull? Like, there is, isn't there? Because it's grabbable. Because they use it in the weddings. That's the one. Oh wait, that's not gonna work. Gosh darn it. Please go. Oh, for fudge sakes. Okay, first off, we want a different material there. I don't think that we want Hessian. Yeah, that's actually a much better material. Like, that's a more fun material. And it's got more of a pop. Where did my sugar skull go? Alright, so the idea like that they'd have to pull the block out so that they could get at the button in the back. Because they wouldn't just be able to jump over for the button. Okay, so that's one of them. Now what are you doing? Just kind of hanging out, I guess? Excuse me. Oh, fudge. That's not what I wanted. There we go. And you... What are you doing? I think we'll have you waving your arms around like an excited monkey on account of you're wearing the Ape Escape costume. And I won't be able to do that with... Now, do I actually have like a backing photograph that would work with this? And I do not know off the top of my head. I might need to go out and get one. Which is kind of trouble, because I don't want to leave the house tomorrow. I would like to finally have a nice, relaxing day at home. Okay, that's kind of getting there, but see, I can't see what you're doing, mate. Come over here. Yeah, okay, that works. That's maybe not where we need it to be, but that's okay. Sorry about the coughing. Apologize about that. Hmm? No, 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 no. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. That works. And I think we need to have a smile on you so that it will kind of freeze in place. Oh, fudge. Come on. I'm running out of functional time. Yes! Alright, and where do you go? That looks kind of nice. I don't know, Kronos, what do you think? Is it good-ish? Does it need more? Yeah. Black chicken's Metal Gear Solid. Was there a crow picture from LBP1? I don't think there was. I know that we had, like, little chicken. Orange duck? I'm just wondering if there's anything else that I want here. Where are the cobwebs? Because I feel like the horror levels had cobwebs in them a lot. Oh, my voice is getting really crummy. I'm gonna have to wrap this up in not too much longer. Because I can feel it, like, going out on me. Well, I mean, I'm not leaving it until next Wednesday. So, there's still a little bit of time. And I definitely do need to remember tomorrow. Wait, what are we telling him to come back? What, hold on? What, I feel like I missed a thing. Was that about the cobwebs? I kinda forgot. It's definitely been. It's been a good stream, but it is taking the last bits of energy out of me. That's like so weird. Like, Kronos, am I misremembering? Like, were cobwebs not a thing in LBP1? Just match adjacent X. That'll give me energy. I mean, you're not wrong entirely. It's certainly some kind of energy. What the heck? can't explain it, but it feels like cobwebs are an LBP2 thing. I wonder if you're right. You know what? I wonder if they were part of Da Vinci's lab. Da Vinci's hideaway, whatever the heck it was called. Give me a second. Yep. Dang it. Classic cobweb and layered cobweb. They're both out of Da Vinci's. Well, that's that. Maybe this has got to be good enough. I think it might be. I think it just might. This might just be. Might be done. I mean, I could put in skulls, but I don't really think it needs them. I think that would be over egging the pudding. It's funny, I went through all the trouble of putting like the gemstones on those tombstones, and you can't even see them. I would like the writing to be a little bit more visible, though. It is the Ape Escape Monkey! Yeah! Everybody loves the Ape Escape Monkey. I did accidentally cover up one of the flowers there. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's got it. And then, you know what? But there's something I do need. And that's making more bubbles. Because the whole idea here is that these are, like, they're a prize, so... So you gotta kind of go all in, like an old LBP1. I bet the Master Collection of Metal Gear Solid 3 doesn't have the minigame where Snake captures... Wait, was that part of Metal Gear Solid 3? That sounds amazing. They better give that to us. There we go. I think that's done it. Let's get a frame on this and say it's good. I don't have Ape Escape 3. I don't know if that's part of the whatchamacallit? The Sony Classics collection? Like, that's how I got Ape Escape 2. Is like they just happened to be on the PSN. You play as Solid Snake Monkey in an Ape Escape themed Shadow Moses and you fight Ape Escape Metal Gear. That sounds amazing. Konami better not chicken out. and not give us our monkeys. In the Ape Escape 3 minigame, you rescue Snake. That's too good for our... It's too pure for our world. Alright, I gotta finish this frame, and then I gotta put a bow on it. I hate it. I want a really sharp white frame, like a comic book frame. That's not... It's because the lighting, right? The lighting's throwing it off. And that just might have to be how it be. This turned out nice, though. I like this. I appreciate y'all putting up with this. Like, it does mean a lot that you'll kind of let me take 3 hours and kind of like noodle my way through a scene. I do appreciate that an awful lot. But I think we're pretty good. Let's get the Oh, that's weird. Well, I can't fix that now. That's gonna have to wait till later. I'm gonna have to fix that later. I can't do it now. I am too tired, and we need to wrap this up. This is not going to be part of the actual, like, photo that I'm doing, but this is going to be the thumbnail. And let me just, so, like, that the thumbnail actually looks kind of good, let me put this down to 0. Oh my god, that actually looks kind of cool, though! I mean, that's gonna be a good thumbnail. Watch this doesn't save, and I'll have to try to do all this like from memory and VOD, and then I'll cry. Yeah, I'm happy with that though. All right, but it is the time for me to start wrapping things up. I had a lovely night tonight. This is very good. This is very helpful to me because today it was a little bit of a lot. So I do appreciate these kind of sort of decompression streams. Although we did have like this was like it was a bit of a quick conversation about halfway through. We were zipping along, but it was still really fun. Be here waiting for you. I mean, Alice, we got one more stream. We got one more stream. The Monday stream is going to be the last one before I go on vacation. Like, before I actually fly away. So, you're good. You can hold on to that. I mean, but I appreciate that you will be waiting for me. I don't know what we're gonna do Monday. I'll flip a coin or roll a die or something. It's not gonna be Isaac. That's one thing I do know. Yes, but thank you so much, as always. And as always, I will ask you to please be taking care of yourselves out there in the meat space. Make sure that you're getting all of the hydration and the electric eels that you need. Please make sure that you're getting in at least one meal in a day, even if it's, not quote-unquote great food, but just to have something in your belly. I hope it's more than one meal, and I hope that it's pretty good food, but I understand how it works out sometimes. If you got medications, try to take those medications as close to schedule as your situation allows for, but above all and overall, please do remember that you are important, you have value, you've got people out there that are rooting for you, that they love you and support you, and they want you to have your best life. They want you to be safe and happy, and I'm one of those people, but I am only one of those people. There are many more, and that has to do it for us here at this Go About. So for me, Disco, here in Tokyo, to all of you out there, wherever you may happen to be, thank you, arigato, sayonara, see you, and ciao.